class, how are you all? So now we are going to start the chapter number 5 actually. So if I'm just showing you the book which I am preferring, that is this book. Okay, so understanding computer application with Blue J. Right, so that is especially for ICSE class 10th computer application students. So guys, in this book I am going to start the chapter 6. Right, so this is class as the basis of all computation, object and classes. Right, so I hope you people understood that what I'm going to start. So now let's get start that. So as with the name, you have understood that what we are going to start, right? So this is our chapter name. So if you are having another book, so maybe the number can be different, but if you are using the same book, so that is the chapter number 6, right? So guys, let's get start. And now, first of all, if we talk about the object, as you know that this Java is an object-oriented programming language. So of course, first of all, we will talk about the object only. What is exactly this object? Actually, the object means it is a unique entity. If I talk about the real object, this pen is an object, this laptop is an object, the mobile which is in your hand, that is an object, right? So everything is an object here. Okay, so object, it is a unique entity. We can say that every object that is containing some characteristics and some behavior, right? If I talk about the real world object, for example, this pen is having its own characteristics, its behavior means we are just using it to write something. The characteristics can be different there, means the color can be different, the company name can be different, the size can be different, right? So this can be different, but of course the behavior will be same. All the pens we are usually using to write something on the copy, right? So if we talk about these objects in the programming, so in programming these all objects are containing characteristics and behavior, that is called data and the functions, right? So there are two categories. The first is, I already told you, that is the real world object and the software world object. The real world object, everything is object. Okay, so real world object, that means I can say that which is visible to us, which is having a definite shape. We can say that we can imagine it, we can define its shape, we can feel it also as well, right? This pen, this is a real world object. Okay, so class, what is the definition of a class? As we know that class is a blueprint. With the same blueprint, we can create there as much as any object, right? So one blueprint and so many objects are there. Okay, so now I'm moving to the next, that is the real world object. I already told you the real world object is having the characteristics and the behavior, right? So characteristics means the part of its body. We are defining its shape, we are defining its color, the behavior. Why we have made this pen, the purpose of this, right? Pen is just an example. You can take any example. You can take the example of fan, you can take the example of any phone. Let's say we have there the example phone, right? So the characteristics, model, dial pad, application, this can be different in all the mobiles, this can be same also, but usually we can say that in each and every phone this can be different, but the behavior will be same. All the phones, if they are having Android OS or any iOS, so the behavior will be same, means we are using it to call someone, we can surf the internet, right? So all these things are, we can say that this is same. So this is called the behavior of a phone, right? So the characteristics, these model, dial pad, these are the characteristics. If I say that the object, that is a cow, right? So the characteristics, 4 leg, 2 horn, 1 tail, right? So the behavior is she gives us milk, she eat grass, right? So these all are the, we can say that the behavior, right? So let's say now these were the real world object, we were talking about its behavior, right? We were talking about its characteristics. So if I talk about the characteristics of the real world object, that means I talk about the software world object behavior, right? The characteristics of real world object, now this is same as the software world object behavior, right? If I talk about the data members, so that means I talk about the functions, right? So functions that we are using in our program. So software world object characteristics means the data members, behavior means the functions of the method, right? So behavior means the functions of the method, then the characteristics means the data members of the function, right? So now moving next is there, let's say we have there a real world object, that is book, and the software world object, that is what, the student, right? So we have to choose the name, an appropriate name we can choose there. So the characteristics, we can say that page, chapter, title. So the same thing if we talk about the data members, so I will prefer their name, marks, which are belongs to the student. I can't say that any account number, anything else, the pan card number, right? So which is not belongs to a student, the thing which is belongs to a student, that can be the data members. And usually if we are using this, and what can be the functions, of course, for a student, accepting the marks, showing the marks, input the marks, something related to that. Okay, so the behavior of a book. That is what? To prepare the notes, to read, right? So this we have to use generally, right? Generally means you have to take the idea that which type of function name you are giving there, right? So the state, characteristics, chapter, page, topic, right? So the data members, name, subject, and marks. Behavior, we can say the purpose. Okay, so the same thing here, accepting, marks, these all are the functions of a software called object, right? So now this is all about the object. Okay, so now if I talk about the class, as you know that class means it is a blueprint. I already shown you a diagram where I told you that one blueprint was there, and with the help of one blueprint we can create there the multiple objects there. We can create there the multiple objects. Okay, so class is a blueprint. With the help of those, we can create there the multiple objects as much as can it. There is no foundation that you can create only one object or two object. What are the relationship between the classes and object? So this is very, very important. The question is usually coming in class 9th also and in 10th also. Why the object is called an instance of object? Because class and object have the relationship, right? Because this is an object oriented programming language. So object is a main entity, right? So if class is there, of course the object will be there. If object is there, of course the class will be there. Okay, both are the two sides of a same coin, we can say that, right? We can say that both are the two sides of a same coin. Without each of everyone we cannot imagine to one, right? So without one we cannot imagine any other, right? So this is the thing about that. If fruit is there, of course the object will be the banana, guava, and anything, apple, right? So these all are the objects of which class? The fruit class, right? So there is a relationship between the object and the classes. Class is just a blueprint, and with the one blueprint we can create there so many objects, like how we have there one blueprint of a house. So with the help of one blueprint, so we can create there so many houses, right? This can be the example. So houses are their objects. How to create an object? So this is the way which I have given there, but I'm telling you manually also, manually, with the help of this. Let's say any example we can take there, extra, right? Extra. So as you know that this is my class. So class, I have given there any name, right? Any name can be there. Class is a keyword, right? So now I'm making there my public function, public, public static void main. This is my main method. In the main method, now if I'm creating the object of this class, so for that we have to use the class name, and here I'm giving the name, any name you can give there, and new is an operator there, right? With the help of new it is able to allocate the memory, right? So next, where we have to give the class name again. Usually that is what the constructor call. Constructor is our next chapter. I will tell you there what exactly about the constructor. So now with the help of this object, we can call to the other member methods of the same class, right? So like how we have created the object there. Why it is showing an error? Surely we have not closed, right? So this is how we have created the object. So now here with the help of one object, we can call to the other data members. But here I just want to tell you there can be any number of object. Surely you have to give their different name to that. This is my object 2, this is my object 3. There is no foundation that you can create only one or two object. You can create there as many as you want the object, right? So that's why we can say that the class is an object factory, because in this factory we can create so many objects. There is no counting for that. So this is the relationship also between the class and the object, right? So jumping back to the PPT. So I already told you that here we can create the class. So class is having its characteristics, its behavior, right? So here, as much as we can create the object of a class, rose, lily, lotus, right? So this is all about that. We have done the example. Okay, so I already told you the example also. Now we have there this type of questions are coming in the question in the paper. That is what, write a program with full specification. The class name is given to you. That is what the simple. Let's say that alt F4, right? And let's create this class. Right, so what is given there? You have to create the class. So let me create the class. That name is given there, what? The sample, simple, sorry, simple. right? So here the data members which are given there, what these are our instance variable, the variables which are there inside the class, that are called the instance variable, but they must be outside the function. Let's say I'm creating here instance variable integer and principal, this I have given principal amount, right? AMOUNTS, here must be a this, right? So next I have to give there another DOUBLE double, and I'm giving there time rate comma SI, this I have given. These are my instance variable, right? These are my instance variable, this I have created inside the class but outside the function. Now the member method is given there, the void except ACCEPT, spelling must be same which is mentioned in the paper, right? So input a principal time read, so we are taking input from the user. For that I'm using there the scanner class, scanner SC new SCA scanner, and this, so system dot out dot println, right? So here enter, or we can say that input, what is that, the principal amount rate. Okay, so we are getting here an error. Why? Because we have not created there the imported there the util package, util dot star, sorry, java we have to put java dot star, right? Why? Because this is scanner class, that is the part of this java dot util package, right? So this we have given there, enter principal amount time rate, right? So next principal amount, let's do the copy here, copy control V is equals to, now next is there SC dot next int, no, it is yes next int, yes. So next we have there the time, okay, so we have given there the time. So next SC dot DOUBLE double I sorry, next double, right? So the same, let's do this copy paste, but we have to change this rate and SI rate, but SI you no need to ask it from the user because we will calculate that. So this was our first function. Which function it was? It was the first function. Wait, next, yeah, next we have a calc function to calculate the simple interest. Okay, so we have to create there the function that will be calc. So void was given there, calc, and this, right? So we have to calculate this, and I have given there SI. So principal amount multiply time multiply rate. Okay, so this we have calculated that. Next we have there the function that is to display, right? No function is taking any argument and all are no returning anything, to display the simple interest. So simple is there, so we can simply display the simple interest. So for that we have there the display function. So void display function, yes, so you can give there any appropriate message there, SI. So now definitely there will be curly bracket errors, right? Let's compile that. So yes, next, so let's compile that. So it is showing an error. Why? Okay, so now compile that. Yes, it is showing no error. So jumping back to the program, which program it was, I actually forgot the name. I have given there function call, we have given there, no, simple was their name, right? So jumping back, and where is simple? Yeah, this one is simple, yes. Now actually we don't have there any main function. Why I have not created there any main function? Because nothing was mentioned there, nothing was mentioned there, where? Here in our program. So here was just, it was asking that you have to create 3 functions, different name was given there, and the work was given there. So no need to create there the main method like how we have done. So this was our data members, instance variables, you can say that. Okay, about this chapter. So next we will do in the next part